Over 100 people gather at Fremantle Port to protest against live animal exports. New Children's Hospital under construction in Perth, focusing on paediatric care and research enhancements. Nedlands residents complain about trouble causing patrons of Varsity Bar. And Purple Haze in Fremantle, thousands gather to watch the grand final. Good morning, Rebecca Roose with Notre Dame News. This morning, hundreds of locals are gathered in Fremantle Port to protest after a cattle ship returned due to mechanical issues. Protesters are concerned for the welfare of the animals on board. Rosie Henderson reports live.
The WA live animal export industry is suffering another blow after a cattle ship carrying over 5,000 head of Western Cross Brahman cattle had to return to Fremantle due to mechanical issues. The Pearl of Deparo left Fremantle last Tuesday, but only 3 days into its voyage through Israel encountered issues with the propeller, forcing the ship to return for repairs. This has sparked concerns and controversy over the safety of the ship and the welfare of the animals on board, with over 100 people gathering at the Fremantle ports this morning to protest against live animal exports.
These animals have no voice. We are their voice. The only concern that the producers have for them is their economic value. Good to see the public galvanised around this issue. I think it was particularly galvanising because the Pearl of Para is moored down in Coburn Sound with 5,240 cattle on it, whose journey will be extended from 3 weeks to 5 weeks probably.
While livestock producers and exporters have been hoping for a strong revival in this trade, the latest incident is renewing calls for the industry to be phased out.
So it's important that we maintain the scrutiny on the trade as it is to make sure that they follow all the procedures that are put in place to ensure the welfare of the animals.
The exporting company's managing director, Alan Schmidt, however, said the ship is safe and that repairs should be completed by early next week. This is Rosie Henderson, Notre Dame News.
The high volume of trucks passing through Fremantle's High Street is sparking community uproar. Citizens are concerned that the pollution exposure is impacting on their health. Olivia Roberts tells us more.
The number of trucks passing through High Street in Fremantle causing pollution is starting a community uproar. Due to the complications between resident and container truck companies, the City of Fremantle has pledged to spend over $400,000 per year from 2013 to 2017 for the new bicycle plan. This, although does not stop container trucks, it's an alternative solution to lower greenhouse gas emissions. The bicycle plan will hopefully decrease the number of cars on the roads, therefore lowering pollution levels. With massive amounts of cars, buses, boats, and now an increasing number of trucks passing through Fremantle daily, the city's carbon footprint is large and on the rise. Residents of Fremantle are continually blaming container trucks for being fueled by diesel for the public's recent and reoccurring health problems. The 2013 to 2017 bicycle plan is aimed at fixing the roads of Fremantle CBD to make it one of the best cycling cities in the country. Olivia Roberts, Notre Dame News.
The construction of a new children's hospital is set to alleviate the increasing need of paediatric research education in WA and will accommodate for the state's growing population. The new hospital will be a world-class medical facility. Camille Visser reports.
One of the many reasons surrounding the need for WA to have superior medical facilities for children is not just an increase in population, but the need for paediatric research and education programs. The new, purpose-built Perth Children's Hospital is currently in construction and as part of the government's plans to future-proof paediatric care will be joined by the Telethon Institute for Child Health Research and the University Education and Research programs. This close physical proximity will help to create a synergistic delivery of internationally recognised paediatric research and clinical care. Pharmacist for Sir Charles Gardner Hospital and Poisons Information Specialist Bridget Mackay believes that having a strong research system will lead to new, vital innovations in the healthcare system and provide a world-class platform to deliver the best medical care to young children.
I think it will benefit the children in particular, because the facilities of each campus will be combined. The university is close by and there are university departments already in existence. Emergency medicine does quite a bit of research already at the Sir Charles Gardner complex and the QE2 complex. So therefore the joining of the two hospitals in one campus can only be beneficial. Research is something that the pharmacy department is not anxious but enthusiastic about, and I feel that there'll be more ability to set up and conduct useful research that will benefit all, and particularly children.
Over the years, PMH has undergone many renovations, but Perth's growing population and need for advanced research facilities has led to replacing PMH with the new Perth Children's Hospital. The purpose-built hospital will be located alongside the QE2 Medical Centre at Sir Charles Gardner Hospital, allowing for these research programs to relocate there too. This move has families feeling positive that they can now have access to receiving the best possible care available for their children.
It's really not easy for the families and parents who have to come to PMH, and especially for those extended visits. So a new hospital that offers more facilities, more room, I think is obviously going to be a huge benefit.
The Perth Children's Hospital is set for completion in June 2015. This is Camille Visser for Notre Dame News.
Residents of Nedlands are concerned about the drunk and unruly behaviour of Varsity Bar patrons. Young partygoers are reportedly causing trouble on the streets after leaving the premises. Jampal Williamson investigates.
Varsity Bar on Broadway in Nedlands has continued to draw complaints from local residents, with patrons still causing problems once leaving the premises. A partner and manager of the bar, Matt Pound, believes that it's the university area and the Australian drinking culture that need to be considered as a primary problem, not Varsity the bar itself.
I think one of the main things is that we like to have an attitude of we don't promote binge drinking, we don't promote being stupid. We like people to look after each other. We regularly have the Red Frogs down here, which is part of a university group that come down and make sure that the students or the people that are down here are looking after themselves and looking after each other as well.
Despite bar owners implementing measures to stop the booze slogans, residents still complain of drunk and unruly behaviour late into the night.
After hours, they come out, they've had a belly full of piss and they start throwing things around and yelling at each other. If you're going to live out beside a pub, you'd expect it. But the owners, they shouldn't be tanking these guys up so much. They can barely walk by the time they hit the street, really.
We don't endorse a binge drinking culture. We endorse having fun. Just alcohol is involved, and we like to support people having fun. That's all.
As the Subiaco Council deliberates on the complaints and petitions from local residents, only time will tell the fate of this controversial bar. For Notre Dame News, Jampal Williamson.
An extension of Roe Highway is set to go ahead to alleviate traffic congestion in Perth's southern suburbs. While the project has its supporters, others are concerned about the resulting impact on the surrounding Belia wetlands. Rosie Henderson tells us more.
WA's Environmental Protection Authority has reignited a decade-long debate after giving approval to an extension of Roe Highway. Environmentalists and the local community are concerned about the devastating impacts the extension will have on the culture and environment of the area. Others say that the extension is urgently needed to reduce traffic congestion in Perth's southern suburbs. Melville Mayor Russell Aubrey is one of the strongest supporters of the extension, saying that it's about pollution, congestion and safety.
I can support an extension of Roe Highway through to Stock Road because that then will provide a bypass for the city of Melville. It'll take traffic away from residential areas in Melville, and it'll also provide a southern access point for the new Fiona Stanley Hospital and the new Murdoch Activity Centre.
Mayor Aubrey also emphasised the economic benefits an extension of Roe Highway would have on access to trading areas and the Fremantle port. Others are concerned about the impacts an extension would have on the Belia wetlands, with WA's Conservation Council Executive Piers Vestigen saying that there are no logical reasons for the extension.
There's no reason why the taxpayer should be asked to spend $700 million or more to build a multi-lane highway through one of the most valuable environmental assets that we have, when that's not going to solve traffic congestion problems. It's not going to fix anything to do with getting freight into the port, which is what they're proposing the road for, because it's just going to shift trucks out of one area and into another area. It's just going to shift the problem in terms of traffic congestion. It's not going to solve it. The local community in that Belay area are just not going to accept a road going through their local wetlands. But I think that really, when the Treasurer looks at this issue at a state level, and when the federal government look at this issue, they will see that that level of expenditure is simply not justified.
Pearce is concerned that the extension would create problems rather than solve them, suggesting that the best option is to invest in railway to get traffic off the roads. Mayor Aubrey disagrees, saying that the extension will work and it's unfortunate that people think otherwise.
I think it's unfortunate those people have an interest in that area of land, whether it's because of the proximity of their properties or that they think that the grass trees, etc., are worth more than lives. That is very unfortunate.
With the EPA's approval, the decision now rests with WA's Environmental Minister and his federal counterparts. This is Rosie Henderson, Notre Dame News.
Stirling is being affected by the local government's reform, impacting on residents and land heritage projects. Olivia Roberts reports.
The local government reform's main purpose is to better off the local cities of Perth. However, the City of Stirling seems to be losing not only residents, but land, heritage, projects and services. Mayor of Stirling, Councillor David Boothman, is worried that the city may not be sustainable if the current reform plan gets put into action. He says that the city is not opposed to a reform, but it needs to benefit the cities equally, not help some and hinder others.
The sad part about it is they've come up with this model which would involve Stirling potentially actually going backwards instead of gaining any greater efficiencies, that would actually lose a lot of efficiencies.
Residents of the City of Stirling have been speaking out and spreading the word about how they can stop this reform version.
As a resident of the City of Stirling, I love my community and I love where I live. Proposed changes to boundaries will seriously affect the people and the residents.
Mayor Boothman wants residents to know that they can make a difference.
Please get concerned, please get interested, sign our petition and lobby your local members that you're happy with the services that Stirling delivers.
The city will submit their proposal to the changes to the advisory board on October 4th. Olivia Roberts, Notre Dame News.
In sport, we've seen a week of grand final fever with thousands of Dockers supporters flocking to the streets of Fremantle yesterday to watch the clash against Hawthorn. Camille Visser has the details.
The past couple of weeks have seen Fremantle abuzz with grand final fever, and yesterday the die-hard Dockers fans flocked to Fremantle in the tens of thousands to cheer on the Purple against Hawthorn in the grand final at the MCG. 5 big screens were put up by the City of Fremantle in and around the Cappuccino Strip. Bars and pubs were open from 7 a.m, with some even serving purple beer. But unfortunately for Fremantle and their fans, yesterday saw the Dockers go down to the Hawks 62-77, with Fremantle kicking 14 behinds. Lack of accuracy in kicking saw Fremantle favourites like Hayden Ballantyne and Nat Fyfe make some crucial goal-scoring errors. Though the heartbreak is still fresh, the Fremantle Dockers and their fans are confident that they will bring home the cup next year. This is Camille Visser for Notre Dame News.
In Perth weather, it's been a windy start to the morning here in Perth with thunderstorms expected later today. Currently in the city it's 24 degrees, expecting a top today of 32 with humidity at 29%. Winds are easterly 30 to 45 kilometres per hour, tending east to northeasterly 20 to 30 kilometres per hour in the middle of the day, then becoming light this evening. Perth is expecting to see temperatures rising for the rest of the week. Elsewhere in the country, Sydney is expecting a sunny day with a top of 24 degrees, Melbourne with a top of 15 degrees and a few showers, 32 degrees in Brisbane with the chance of showers and a storm, partly cloudy in Adelaide with a top of 17 degrees, Hobart's looking cold with a top of 13, 15 degrees in Canberra and 30 in Darwin. That's all for now. We'll keep you updated throughout the day and in our news bulletin tonight at 6. I'm Rebecca Roose for Notre Dame News. Have a great day.